What this map shows is all of the rides that make up the Worldwide Bike Never-Ending World Traverse that we've been doing since 2001. And as you can see, it's a pretty complicated map because there's been a lot of trips, a lot of miles covered. So this particular ride for 2018 begins in Casablanca, and we ride up into Portugal and Spain, across France, most of Europe, and then come down through the Balkan states, you know, Croatia, Montenegro, all those, Albania, then into Macedonia, Greece, across Turkey, and up into Georgia, where we will park the bikes for the end of this season to riding in Tbilisi, capital of Georgia. It's just a fantastic education, experience, way to live. Riding your motorcycle through all these countries that you would never ever get to otherwise. So one of the most challenging sections of these rides is always at the beginning, where you're trying to find your motorcycle. So we're just mucking around the city, getting taxi rides back and forth to the port.
Do we have to take a gear out of this taxi?
We might have to.
They wanted 200.
This guy hasn't got any badges.
And I offered 100.
Yeah.
And said, you know, we've been there 4 times, we know our price.
And what happened?
And then I said I'd come up to 150 because we had a fat man with us.
Oh, sure, yeah. God, I've been trying to keep up with it.
Yeah, pick on the fat boy.
Yeah. And generally, you know, cooling our heels till we can set off to Marrakesh. Oh, Joanne, really?
It's the wiping walk.
The bikes have been shipped to Casablanca. We're stuck here in Casablanca, trying to get them free from customs. But it's going to take, they've told us, 2 to 3 days, and I believe all of that. So you have to build in these sort of contingency days for things that go wrong. So let's get into it. This first section of the ride is from Casablanca in Morocco all the way across Europe and Turkey to Tbilisi in Georgia. That'll take us 3 months.
Wow, some serious scenery here. Lots of BMWs. Must be a guided tour, I think. We're up in the area about 1,800 meters above the Daddy's Gorge. There seems to be everything for sale here that you could possibly want. Getting my bike welded up. My frame's broken again. The man's come out and he's actually tightened my frame as well. So I'm all ready to go, all welded up. The broken pannier frame's fixed and the whole pannier assembly has been tightened. We're having a morning session trying to get everyone going the same way on the GPS, but we're all looking good. And we're in Sintra, Portugal, just north of Lisbon. Look at that castle up there on the hill. Amazing, all the history in these places. There's been a big fire through this area. Up on the hills you can see it's all burnt out.
Well, I wonder what the hell's been going on here, because it's devastation on a massive scale.
Dave, how long ago do you think it was?
I believe in the last 6 months.
Wow.
But this is quite clearly some sort of fire that's just gone through and raised everything.
Everywhere in Portugal we find these little surprises. Look at that. We could sit here and have a little rest. Might even be drinkable. Don't know. Could be frogs in there. Anyway, it's very pretty. I better go and chase them.
And it's like Stonehenge, isn't it?
From...
5,000, 6,000 BC.
Oh, is it that much?
Yeah.
Okay.
I reckon they're arranged like this for astronomical reasons.
Also, it's the same sort of latitude.
Yeah, as Stonehenge.
Yeah. It's something to do with the shadow of the moon. You got all your gear, Gareth?
Yep. Good.
You
But nice in Portugal tonight.
You happy?
Yeah. Pretty good. We've had a nice 2 days in Porto. Lovely city, actually. Really good. And this retrofitted warehouse, whatever it is we're in. Been good.
That's all right. Morning, David.
Morning, Joe.
About to hit the road. Boots on.
Yeah, boots on.
Got all your gear there.
Well, it's one of those always hope you have, don't it? Isn't it? Yeah.
Well, I'm the film crew and the boys are coming along. They've got their heated grips on, which I don't have, and all their jackets on, looking all bundled up. We're at about 1,300 metres and we're in the northwest of Spain. And snow's up there on the peaks nearby. The blossoms are out and new leaves on the trees. But generally it's pretty chilly. We're in Spain and France is just over that hill, and it's very, very pretty. Gareth's found us some back roads. up in the Pyrenees, and it's cold. We're about 1,400 metres we've been doing today. We've been from about 6 degrees up to 11, and as we've gone up again it's gone down, but it's not too bad. We're really enjoying pottering along on these back roads really slowly, and the fields are so green when you're lower down. They're pretty lush, and now that we've got a bit higher up, it's a bit more like spring again. Here's my Gareth.
When you got this 0 degrees.
Is it 0?
Where are we? We're in the middle of the Pyrenees somewhere. We really don't know.
But we're up about nearly 1,900 metres, and the road's clear, but it's been snowing.
And we're not too sure how much higher we need to go.
Gareth.
Get over this pass.
Jingle bells, jingle bells.
There's ice on my windscreen, and when you look at where we're going to go, we're going down now hopefully, but it's zigzaggy everywhere. We're in the Pyrenees. It's cold. Here's Dave coming up behind. He'll be cold too. He's been taking some photos, I think. Anyway, we're going to continue down. The further down, the warmer I'll get. Going through a toll gate, and I think it was €4 each motorbike to go through the tunnel. And we're not going over the top today because yesterday we had so much snow, and you can still see the snow lying today. And it's probably quite fortuitous we can't read most of the signs. Anyway, looks like Gareth's through too.
2021.
Yeah.
38. And it was 70 the other day. I was a bit confused when I was going up over the pass. I was hoping I wasn't.
Right.
Yes.
Look at it.
I was hoping you wasn't either.
And it's pretty solid up there. Through the tunnel.
We're very happy that we're not going over the pass today. We're going into a big tunnel. I don't know how many kilometres, but shivers, the roading infrastructure is amazing. We're in Andorra. We're going through the tunnel into France. Do you know what you've done? Where you're going? Where we've followed you to?
No, I mean, we're going to the Eiger, but now they're going to put us on a train. I don't know.
Well, a train went past us full of people sitting in cars.
Oh, yeah. I didn't see that.
Did you see the train full of cars, Davey?
I did, Joe, yeah.
So the train's pulling into the station. Our GPS just took us to the loading bay and said, embark. So that was a bit exciting. And the motorbikes are in that carriage, so they can't fall over. Looks like we've got our own carriage. Okay. I'll put my side stand down if you can get it down there.
No way.
Okay, you need to pull it out a little bit.
I have to come out.
Yeah.
Put it out and then we'll get over.
No, that's it. That's all right, Davey.
Do you want the pardon? Yeah.
Austria, and I'm getting a new tyre. It's cost me about 180 euros. I haven't had much of a choice, but I'm getting an Anarchy.
I'll put that rubbish back in and knock
Gareth, is it a new country?
Yeah, it's a new country.
Have you ridden in this country before?
Yes. Came here in 2008, I think it was, Northern Lights.
Were you
Slovakia.
were you intending to come here?
No, this was a Dave request because he hasn't been here. So fair enough. We come into...
But he wanted to go somewhere else and you didn't have routing.
We wanted to go up to the other part of Czechoslovakia. Czechia it's called now.
Czechia.
But we didn't have... We just haven't got enough mapping to get us up there and back. Off the motorways.
Kick it some more, Dave.
So anyway, here we are, one of the former Soviet satellites, which is coming along, beautifully modern trams, but pretty crappy suburban areas so far.
Beautiful old
And it's on the
building on
way.
the
You
corner.
can see it's on the way. Look at this
One
lovely
more
bus.
time.
Look at this bus coming on. Amazing.
Okay.
Okay, playing machine.
In Bratislava. And it's doing the city tour, no doubt.
All right.
Yeah. Slovakia. Where are we going? We're going to go across the bridge. What's the river called? We're going across the Danube. Pretty cool. We're in Slovakia.
Yeah. Really does feel like a gangster down there, eh? Just the way they drive.
Well, we're wandering the cemetery of Vukovar in Croatia, and we've been looking for this field of crosses. I think they're mainly unmarked graves of the dead with the Croatian War. Sobering. All the young lives lost and all the old lives lost too. The houses are all strapped in the town still, 20 years later. And now the young ones are all seemingly getting on together, but you're not really sure how you can heal this sort of wound on a society. And we've come up on the recently commissioned cable car and or whatever it is. Ooh, it's moving quite quick, but it's really just a huge work site at the moment, and quite tricky to get any views because they've left all the big trees blocking the only bit of the work site that you can get to look out. But Sarajevo down below, and of course it's from up here that so much was lobbed against the city, all the mortars and shelling and that, and you can see a lot of the houses down there still have bullet marks on the walls and things. But it's 20 years on, and I think they're trying, but it's definitely an uneasy truce with Bosnia-Herzegovina. Still sort of divided in many ways.
We're off to Montenegro today, so we're going due south, across the border, then into a wonderful national park that's supposed to be the pick of national parks in Montenegro, so we're going to ride the length of that.
And do the zip line?
And maybe do the zip line, but we do have thunderstorms to contest with today. There's a big forecast of rain, so we'll just see how we go.
Okay.
New country, wonderful.
New country, Sarajevo, the sun's out, the trams are running, and Dave's all packed up. Hey Davey, have you heard that there's the longest zip line in some place in the world?
I've just had it around my waist here. This is the furthest I've ever had to reach to get hold of a zip.
Well, you're going to go zipping across the second deepest canyon in the world later on today. We'll see. Davey, did you get any video of Gareth on the Zipline?
I did, yes. He screamed and yelled, but we got him, pushed him off.
So this is a new experience. We're having a homestay and we're by the Tara Gorge. Is that Tara Wild River or something it's called? And the zip line goes from across there all the way to under the bridge. So it actually goes down the river and across it. It was pretty impressive. Wasn't it, Gareth?
That was, but not as impressive as these cavemen here. They seem to be doing pretty well with their rock. Oh, no, they're going to get a hernia.
Oh, I don't want to inspect anything. There's these constant overhangs, verandas on the road, and quite a lot of rockfall, but it's small rockfall. And you can see above us there's just cliffs right along the side of this Tara River Gorge. He's happy. And we're just into Montenegro. And you can see the bridge goes across there to the tunnel. Well, he hasn't come through. Ah, he must have found a better place for a camera shot. Isn't that amazing? And look at the river. So popular with rafters. There's rafting camps all the way along this river. And it's beautiful, beautiful, clear, clear. Green and blue.
Yeah.
Top of Montenegro.
How's that come off?
We're all happy.
Delirious.
Yeah.
Even I'm happy. And it's going to rain. Set it on the weather forecast, and now we can hear these great big claps of thunder over there in the distance.
Well, I can see that, but I think we're going that way.
But Gareth's taking us the rainless way.
Yes, we're going round the thunder.
So I don't want to steal your thunder, but that's not the weather
No.
I was promised. Kosovo. Actually, we're in no man's land. We're between Montenegro and Kosovo. We haven't quite checked in there yet, but we nearly went into Serbia by mistake. We crossed out of Montenegro and got to the Serbian border control and realised, oh, we don't want to be there, so we had to get back into Montenegro, do 40 kilometres to the other border. It was just a wee bit tricky to find. So we've been up to 1,800 metres and we're now heading off down there to the flatlands. Kosovo must be flat. Well, we're nearly in the capital of Kosovo. And Pristina, but the afternoon showers have caught us.
You did well getting this far today without rain.
Listen to that thunder. Bulgaria and come past a huge dam. The roads are pretty marginal. Well, I'm just hoping that's not the ferry. I was as I was approaching this part of the river, and luckily we've got a modern ferry. And the guy from Alpen cornered us yesterday and said, don't go on the opposition's ferry, go on our one, it goes at 9 o'clock. And that seemed far more civilised than going at 6 a.m. Anyway, we're over here. Met a couple of bikers from Poland. And we've had some amazing roads. In fact, yesterday we went to a Firenze that was up in the mountains. It wasn't the one we wanted to go to. And I think it took us an hour to do 30 k's. So we're now, we came back, stayed in the local town, caught the ferry, rather than doing another 90 k's on very, very tight roads. I've got my flowers there, wedding anniversary flowers. Gareth, did you give me flowers for my wedding anniversary?
Sweetheart, the plastic man gave them to you.
I had to buy them for you.
Well, that's nice. I search high and low, but I wouldn't stoop this low. I did offer you champagne.
Yes, and I bet you were lying.
No, I was prepared to go down the street and buy it.
From the whistling policeman.
Anyway, dear, happy anniversary.
That was scary.
1 year off yet?
I thought last year was my year off. So, do you want to tell me where you are and where you're going?
Oh, God. Well, we're in Albania, which is beautiful again, back in the mountains after the plains of Croatia. So it's a bit like Montenegro already. And we're up the top of Lake Coman, I think it's called, and we're going on this boat for 3 hours down the lake to Coman, and then we'll ride down to the capital. That's our day today.
What's the capital of Algeria?
Begins with T. Algeria? Algiers. Any other question?
Albania?
I don't know, but I think it begins with T.
And the capital of... Where are we, did you say?
Albania. Yeah, nutcase.
Oh God, it gets so confusing.
It's been a
and then we're not sure
every day for the last.
And we're not sure who's fighting whom or fought whom, but there seems to be a lot of conflict in this area. Well, we're at the sea. Now, Gareth, you've demolished half of the
Mediterranean
sea stocks. Yes, that'll do. Do you know where you are?
Yes, we're on the Albanian Riviera, which we're just at the top of it. So we ride down the length of it today or tomorrow. It's nice to be back at the sea. We haven't been at the sea since Santander over on the Atlantic coast of Spain. So it's good.
Okay. And you're coming for a swim, Davey?
I've just been while you were having lunch. Can't see my hair's wet.
Notice that Dave's got no food in front of him. Well, Gareth and I have demolished a whole fish each, salad, and probably a loaf of bread. Well, it looks like we missed the ferry.
Don't you love it?
It's a floating road. Do you know where you are?
No bloody idea. Bottom of Albania somewhere.
The bottom of Albania. Ferry's coming. There's a man out there diving underneath the ferry, getting some mussels. It's about a bit more than 30 degrees, so we're a bit hot again. I don't think I've seen such clean, clear water for years. 50 years ago, perhaps, down Southland, you'd stop at rivers like this and you'd see trout everywhere under the bridges. Anyway, Albania. We're way down south. Well, over there is Albania, and we're in Macedonia. That's where we are. And here's Gareth coming up the road. And we're about, I think, 1,200 metres going up from one lake across a national park to the other. And I've charged us €2 for using this road. It's very nice and peaceful, but quite hot, about 30 degrees, 32, something like that. Ship to Chios. We're just about to get off. We got on in Athens, the port there, Piraeus, and there's dogs everywhere on the boat. People have got their little lap dogs all whooping away, and woo, we're going somewhere. Did you say where are we going? It's not like you, dear.
Konya. Isn't Konya next?
Yeah, but Eskere.
And then Eskere and then Cappadocia.
And Eskere is by the big salt lake.
By the salt pans, isn't it?
Is it called Taz or Faz or?
Oh yeah, Lake Taz. Look at these highways. I mean, these are all over Turkey now. These brand new highways, dual carriageway, they're just everywhere. It's such a transformation from when we were here in 2005. So, you know, what's his name? Erdogan's been re-elected again last night with really what was a landslide. And we had how would you describe that reaction amongst the Muslims in our town last night?
Well, the young boys were all out waving
ecstasy,
flags and hooning.
They were just beeping those horns till the early hours, just so happy, you know, bumper to bumper going around the town.
And what about getting a cold beer, dear?
No beer on election day. So we had to access your sneaky supplies of gin, which was very nice and far more effective, I might say.
Yeah, well, it's medicinal, of course.
Yeah, of course, yeah. So another beautiful day, as it always is here. You know, 20, 25, 30 degrees.
Actually, it's not. It's sitting on 20 because we're at 1,200 metres.
Yeah, we are at the moment, but it's only 8:30 in the morning.
In total, we did exactly 1 hour 23 minutes. If you have any complaining, Mehmet devam etsin. Mehmet yok. Tek başına mı uçuyorsun yoksa? Oğuzhan var yanımda ya.
Well, you can see austerity measures in place. Here you've got the traffic police with a solar panel and the lights flashing. It's rather cool. It's quite nifty, isn't it? Yeah. Hello, Mr. Policeman. Yes, I've been very naughty. And he's not there. But there's a solar panel. So let's save money. Get the actual policeman. We're going between Bayburt and Off on the D915, which is meant to be the most dangerous road in the world. I don't think we've got to the really dangerous bit yet, but it's just because it's got no guardrails and it's very skinny and very high. Dave, you've done some of the dangerous roads, so how does this one compare?
Well, I think 2003 we did the most dangerous road in the world on push bikes in Bolivia. Well, we thought we had, and we've lived with that memory for a long time, but today it is well put to rest. It doesn't compare.
So is this one harder?
Well, there's no trucks, there's no buses, there's no cyclists, there's no one on it. A lot of rocks, a lot of very sharp corners, loose gravel, loose rocks.
Big rocks are the things that get me. Halfway around a corner and you get a big rock under your tyre.
Yeah, so yes, it's just been pushed off the list, the Bolivia one, I'm afraid, or pushed down the list.
Look above us.
Ah, yes.
How on earth do they keep this road open?
Well, they have already put up 2 closed signs, Gareth.
Yes, we're not supposed to be here, which is really good because it means there's no traffic.
I just think
Unlike
it's...
the road in Bolivia, which is covered with cyclists and vans.
It might be one way. That might be the other thing.
Yeah, well, it is
And it's,
one
if
way.
it is one way, it's the other way.
Yes, no, that's right. Anyway, we can't see any vehicles, so we're fine. Let's do it.
Actually, I think I might be one of the only grannies that has done this road. I think I'm making lots of granny records.
Is that granny gravel rash, I see?
No, I didn't get any granny gravel rash thanks to you helping me around the corner where I got wedged on a couple of rocks.
That was good.
Very short legs.
I think it takes the first rank because it's so narrow that actually in those upper reaches you wouldn't get a van up across it. And so, you know, the drop off, I mean the Bolivia road's got drop offs too, but you can get four-wheel vehicles down it. Whereas at the top of this one I don't really think.
Did you count switchbacks?
No, but I've got them. If you have a look at my GPS, I'll turn it out the sun and you can, I'll block the sun somehow, and you can actually see there the switchbacks.
Ooh.
I don't know if it comes out.
Oh, we might have to... Yeah, there's a lot there, isn't there?
Yeah,
I think
I've got
there's
a photo
29 switchbacks on this route.
Yeah.
But that road must have only been about 16.
Yeah. Very good.
Awesome. Thanks, guys. Very good.
One.
Yes! Wow!
Wow!
He
You
got one.
out of 4.
He got one
Out of how many?
out of 4. There's only one in there. Okay.
That's just high grade, Jan.
Is it my turn?
Your turn again. I've already had a go.
Didn't I have to go
3 out of
before?
4.
Wow. What beautiful goats. And sheep. Ah. They're good. Very beautiful. Horasho. Yeah. Oh, there's a fat-tailed one there too. See those fat-tailed sheep? Seemingly that fat is especially tasty. This is a typical little high country Georgian town. A lot of the stuff's fairly run down. The dogs are chasing us on the road, so tends to indicate not many bikes come through. Hello.
Problem?
Oh, no problem. Thank you. Thank you very much. And you can see I'm sitting here waiting and someone stops and asks me if I have a problem. I'll make it. There's my bloke. Aren't I lucky to have one that will come on trips with me and ride his own bike and not have to sit on the back of mine and tell me what I'm doing wrong. Georgia, Georgia, you're holding through. I don't know the words now, but we're in Georgia and it's pretty spectacular. It's a busy little town. I've had one gentleman did a U-turn and got really close to my bike and wound down his window and blew me kisses.
Did he really?
Yeah. Yeah, so that was nice. So, have you got some fruit?
Yeah, I think he might be a bit busy to have brought up.
Well, we'll get a crowd.
How much water you got, Dave?
I've got
Two-thirds of the big one.
the toilet over there has got running water. It should let you have some.
No, we're right, we've got water.
Okay. So do you know the name of the town?
Georgia. No idea. But boy, these people live in big hills like the Swiss.
It's very pretty.
Yeah, the housing has a few less redeeming features than the Swiss chalets. And the bridges, and the roads, and the potholes.
It's your camera.
It's my camera.
Yeah, there it is.
You can see it,
Look
look.
there.
Camera,
Yeah,
video.
Yeah, you're good, aren't you? Look at that. You've got big ears like Gareth. What are we looking for?
We're looking for a hotel.
And what did we find?
A copper mine. So it's belching pollution from the top of that slope. And of course the smoke's so heavy it falls into the valley, which is why I think that half of the accommodation here is actually at the top of the escarpment, not at the bottom. So they've got all these Soviet apartment blocks up at the top of both valleys, because otherwise this pollution would just kill them all. But you can see the factory's half dead, but it's still actually going. Phenomenal.
And what
Welcome to, where are we? Armenia.
What do the buildings look like?
They look like Soviet apartment blocks.
A lot of them look empty.
Oh yeah, they do. But there's a lot of people here, aren't there? All driving their loaders.
God, all looks pretty basic. Broken windows, derelict things. Well, we are somewhere in Albania. We're nearly back into Georgia. And Gareth took the better of the two roads, he reckons. But it's just been pocked with holes the whole way, so you've got to be really careful, because the cars trying to avoid the holes will sort of go into your line of where you're going. So it all gets a little bit edgy. And there's a gentleman over here that wants to say hello, but we'd like to find somewhere to stay for the night. It's very typical of the vehicles. Some modern ones, and some other ones. They all bounce along through the holes. And the pipes you see going along are gas. So they all have gas in their homes. Got to get across the road. Oh, actually this isn't abandoned. There's the woman's shop upstairs, and downstairs we've got lots of women's gear and clothes and things for sale. It's a lovely little shop down there. Beautiful children's clothes. Anyway, who would have guessed that underneath the bomb site there was this? Well, we've just come across the border from Armenia, and on the Georgian side they have about 50 shops selling soap powder. In fact, the whole air as you come across this last 20k has been permeated with that chemical washing powder smell. So we haven't quite figured out why, but it's been quite funny just to see so much of it. Why is somebody doing your job?
I'm not sure whether I've paid them or not.
It's a way of life. It's not so much about the destination, it's about the ride.
The riding the motorbike is really just a means of getting somewhere. It's not the be all and end all of the trip.
It's just the experience, I think, of riding the bike all around the world that it's addictive. It's totally addictive.
Well, would you look at that. All the kiddies in bed, eh? Night, John boy. Night, Mary Lou.